'Cause we are moving right out of Babylon. And we go into our father's land. Yeah. How good and how pleasant it could be before God and man to see the unification of all Africans. Eh, has this been said already? Now let it be done. We are the children of that Rasta man. We are the children of that higher man. Eh, Africa, unite. Africa, unite. Yeah. Good afternoon, fellow Africans, fellow Nigerians, viewers from within Nigeria, across Africa, and around the world. This is Smart Mado Ajaja, the convener of Open Nigeria and Africa Unite, and the anchor of Nigeria Now at ONN and the Nightingale Radio International. Before we start, yes, I say good day, good evening, good morning from wherever, depending on where you are and what time it is at this time. All right. What we are talking about is about Africa. America is holding its presidential election on November 5th, 2024. You know, something about this country, the date of their elections have been known since the past nearly 300 years. No National Assembly does not sit down to fix a date. Every American knows that. Previous of Kwame Nkrumah, Modibo Keita, Sekou Toure, Jomo Kenyatta, and the rest of them. Those who were brought up by Imperial Europe to kill off all those first line patriots. You are betrayers, and you should all be buried face down for what you did to Africa. And all those who followed them, successive administrations in various countries. Yes, what you did to Africa, to bring Africa on her belly, to make Africa a laughing stock of the world. You should all be ashamed of yourselves. And the shame should not end with you. It should end with all the first line elites of Africa. Those who went to schools, those who went to universities with great degrees, but could not do anything to make Africa a better place. Those who helped to retard the progress of Africa. All be ashamed of yourselves for what you did to Africa, and the reason why Africa has failed to grow and develop. Yes, the reason why Africa has remained stunted. The reason why Africa is struggling. The reason why Africa has become the laughingstock of the world. The reason why Africa is only good for raw materials exploited by Imperial Europe and America. You refuse to advance the cause of the African continent. Now, the question arising from here is this. America is about to hold this election. I want to find out if United States, I've been looking for, links to get to the observers who will come and be observing America's election. for transparency and fairness and freeness of the seamlessness or otherwise of the process. Where are the African observers? Where are the African election observers here? Does anybody know? I would love to see observers from Africa who are here to observe the American election. Why is it that no observer from anywhere on earth is here on the surface of the country called America to observe their elections? Not even European Union is here. I've never heard that there's any observer. Nothing. Yes. Where are they? Where are the African observers? Where are you? Nigerian observers, where are you? INEC, where are you? Tanzanian observers, where are you? Kenyan observers, where are you? Zimbabwe, where are you? Ghana, Burkina Faso, yeah, Guinea, Senegal, Niger. Where are the observers from Africa who should be here to monitor the conduct of the U.S. presidential election and the other races associated with it? Where are they? Now, the question is, why is it is only Africans? Why is it only elections held in Africa? You see America, you see Imperial Europe, you see people from across the world coming, rushing to Africa at the expense of Africa to monitor elections being held in Africa. What does that tell you? We have a mental problem. Yes, Africans have a serious mental problem. We tell it the way it is. We're not afraid of saying it the way it is. So it means that we have learning problems. It means that we cannot learn. It means that we have a problem. Why are we these students who are incapable of graduating from Western Imperial, the European Imperial College? Yes, some of us, the least African, the youngest African country right now is, I think, is Sudan. Yes, Nigeria cannot organize an election on its own without asking America, asking Europe to come. And we pay for them to come here. We pay, we put their the cost of flying them in. We pay for their room and board. We pay for their food. We pay for them to write nonsense report at the end of the sham election. And they will always say the election was not free and fair. And it ends there. We pay for the United Nations to come here and eat free food in Nigeria. Do all kinds of things in Nigeria. And then at the end of the day, we live worse. So why are we the way we are? Where are we? Africans. Where are you? When is this learning process going to end so we can be truly independent and able to organize our own elections, count ourselves, plan strategically, build our institutions, yes, take charge of our economies, build industries, provide employment for our teeming youth population? When are we going to do that? When are we going to stop, being this weeping African, yes, weeping child, who is always a needy, and who will be receiving aid, who will continuously receive aid from those who come to our continent to steal from us? They steal from us and give us pittances out of what they stole from us. And they will say that they are helping Africa and helping Africans. They will come here, take pictures of the ugliest part of Africa, take pictures of abandoned African children, and then use it not only to scorn Africa, but to defraud their various countries, especially the United States. Yes, the NGOs here. Yes, use Africa to defraud American government. They use what the situation in Africa, yes, to evade taxes. We know it. Because we are stupid. Because we have had a stupid leadership since independence. The question now is, when will all this end? The younger generation of Africans, you are lost. You are not even, especially those from Nigeria. You are totally lost. You are not asking questions. You have actually turned your back on your country, because sadly, those who are driving your country have driven the country into a ditch. Now you become professionals in crimes. You become professionals in defrauding people. Yeah, you become professionals in being docile. When the future of your country is being frittered away, where are you? You are not asking questions. Where is Wale Soyinka? He is at 90. Yes, he now said that he's ready to die. Yes, who do not know that you should die? Why do you have to make the announcement about the imminence of your death after you destroyed Nigeria? After you failed to provide the light that was expected of a Nobel laureate? Where is Femi Falana, the book dog, who will come to the national television to talk about nonsense? Where are all of you? Where is Bode George? Olusegun Obasanjo, where are you? For 11 years, you were in charge of Nigeria. You could not produce a system that would be insulated against manipulation by foreign powers. Where are you? Jonathan Goodluck, where are you? You could not create a situation where you say, now, we don't want foreign interest to come and monitor our election. Let's do it. We can do it our own. Build an institution that will benefit everybody, whether you win or lose this time. But you know that the institution will be there. That is what makes America different. And do you know how American elections are conducted? They don't have the type of INEC that we have, the glorious, big for nothing INEC that we have. Elections are conducted in this country through the work of the secretaries of state. That's what we call what is it? The equivalent in Nigeria. Yeah, secretary to the state government. They are the ones who are in charge of conducting elections. Whether he's in a different party and another party wins in his state, he has no power to tinker with the result in a manner that will produce an unintended outcome, or he will go to jail and roast. And all the networks are there. You see what happened in the last election when Donald Trump tried to do something in Georgia. It backfired on him. The Secretary of State of Georgia refused him what he had requested of him. That is a system that works. That is a system that works. For 64 years, Nigeria, for instance, this is an example here. For 64 years, Nigeria gets worse with every election. Yes. And then this so-called useless international community will come to Nigeria to eat, feed, and fleece Nigeria and get something extra anyway that will make them want to keep coming back to Nigeria. They always look forward to coming to Nigeria to monitor election. They always look forward to coming to Africa to monitor election at the expense of the host African countries. We should be ashamed of ourselves that we cannot graduate from this hellish university, this university of retardation. We should be ashamed of ourselves. See America in a few days, 8 days time, they will produce another president without the help of anybody, without inviting anybody, without inviting even Britain, their nearest brothers. They won't invite them. They are not making them come here. They are not inviting France. They are not inviting Germany. They are not inviting Spain. Yes, Americans will do the election by themselves. But when it is our turn to do ours, we invite the whole of the world to come and monitor our sham. And you know what? They laugh at us that we can't get anything done. They laugh at us that we can't unite and do anything for ourselves. They laugh at us because they see us as retards, a people who cannot grow. And they laugh at us and actually help us to bring about clowns as our leaders. Yes, they laugh at us. Yes, imperial forces are responsible for the emergence of most African leaders. The most recent of which was that of Nigeria, a drug dealer who sold drugs in commercial quantities here in Gary, Indiana, United States of America, and killed tons of American people. Yes, and destabilized families. And you know, because they don't like people, they don't like bright people who can stand up and ask them questions. America will want an idiot as president of United States of Nigeria, so that they will come with all his records to blackmail him to do whatever they want him to do. That was why the idiot called Bola Tinubu was in a hurry to attack Niger when he was asked. But when we intervened, we built a bad-ass movement that stopped him. We destroyed the ECOWAS. ECOWAS will never be the same. Africa, what is wrong with you? Africans, what is wrong with you? The elites of Africa, what is wrong with you? So why do you brandish all these your degrees? They don't make any sense anymore. The only few people making sense, only one that I know that is making sense too, that I know, Malema in South Africa, Patrick Lumumba from Kenya. Where are the rest? Maybe there are a few others. We are not hearing more about them. These are the only people who are thinking like people who understand the meaning of progress and prosperity. When are we going to graduate from this European Imperial College that will give us the true independence that we need to advance the cause of Africa? Why can't Africa organize an election without involving the United States, without calling Germany into it, without calling Britain into it, without calling Spain into it, without calling France into it, without calling the entire Europe into it? Yes, without calling the United Nations into it. United Nations, good for nothing. United Nations. So why are we a continent? Why do they call us independent country? Where is the independence? What is the independence about Nigeria, for instance? A Nigeria that cannot get together to get anything done. A Nigeria where criminals are in charge of government at all levels and in all sectors and strategic institutions. Where is our independence? Where is the independence of Nigeria? You Nigerian looking at me. Yes, look at me very well. We know, we don't say it the way you want to hear it. Truth. That is why we don't beg for followers. What we are doing is for the records, for generations to benefit from generations to ask you who have remained on the fence or who have remained in one place, not wanting to stand up for your own country. They will ask you questions posthumously. What did you do? Those of you who manage to be alive, your children will be looking at you. What did you do for Nigeria to get to where it is? What type of Nigeria are we going to hand over to the next generation? A Nigeria that is held in subservience to imperial forces? Yes. You see why young Africans have problems of confidence? This is part of it. They grow up seeing us that we are these puppets who will take instruction from Imperial Europe and America at all times, who will wait for America, wait for Britain to come and help us. Yes, without knowing that any help these people give to you is driven by interest. They never give you anything free. And I don't blame them. Every country should have a strategic interest. What is Africa's developmental or economic strategic interest beyond the shores of Africa? Where is it? What is it? Subservience. What are we taking to the world stage to give to the people of the world who come to steal our resources and give us aids? Yes, every time we are at the United Nations, cap in hand, we are in America, cap in hand, begging, begging. We are the richest continent with the youngest people. Yes, a continent that is supposed to be transformed into heaven, but we live in hell with our people, some of the poorest people on the surface of the earth. Why are you a leader in Africa? Why are you leading any African country? Why are you leading any institution in Africa when you cannot proffer progress, when you cannot be an example, when you cannot be a catalyst for change, when you cannot be a catalyst for development, when you cannot be a catalyst for growth and progress, when you cannot be a catalyst for prosperity? Where are you, Africans? Where are you? Where are you? They wear you suit and tie. Then sometimes you go to the television station, national television, to rant nonsense. But at the end of the evening, you are waiting for one almighty God from France to tell you what to do. You are a fool. We have been so foolish. That is why we are here. And that is why the world does not respect Africa. And that is why we are not respected everywhere we are. That is why they see us below who we are supposed to be. Yes, Africa, Africans, where are you? Young Africans, I'm speaking to you. The generation before us is lost. Can we put these pieces together and rebuild our continent? Starting from every country where you are. Why can't we support the young revolutionaries that are angry now asking questions all over Africa? Why can't we support them to be? Why are you, a Nigerian young person, selling your votes? Yes, still in the 21st century. Why are you lining behind octogenarians who have lived their lives and they are encroaching into your own generation? Why are you not asking them questions? Why do you still allow them? Why do you help them repress those with alternative ideas to their darkness? Questions for you. Why is Africa not invited to monitor the US elections? Yes, I've been looking. I've not found any. Yes, where are the African representatives who will be monitoring and writing reports on November 5th when the election of the next president of the United States will be taking place? Where are you, Africans? Where are you? Bola Tinubu, are you coming? Are you coming to be an observer in this election? We should be ashamed of ourselves. I think the time for us to go back to the drawing board is here. If you are an apprentice, there should be, if you go into a university, there should be a date for graduation. So when is Africa going to graduate to the point where they can organize their own election? Free and fair elections. Yes, free and fair elections. Free, fair, and transparent elections. When will Africans be able to take that bold steps that they want to organize free, fair, and transparent election? Yes, yes, made possible by institutions that are durable and that can resist manipulation, and institutions that will stand the test of time at all times. That was how America got to where it is. Yes, you hear all kinds of things about what Donald Trump is trying to do to win this election by all. But when the time comes, the will of America will prevail. He tried it in 2020. He tried to do what they do in Nigeria in 2020. But it didn't work. It didn't work. He bought votes. He tried to buy votes. But that did not change anything. He tried to use violence to blackmail the system. It did not work. That is America. Yes. When after everything you do, the system will tell you, I am a system that is insulated against manipulation by man. Where is that institution in Africa? Africans will make every institution fail because of their greed for power. African leaders will make every institution fail because of their greed for power. Yes, that is why we are where we are. So why can't we build? Now, they should be ashamed of themselves. So America is not inviting them to monitor their election. Not even one person was invited. I've been trying to find out where they are so I can interview them or, follow them from one polling unit to the other to see, the type of report they'll be writing. But that is not going to happen because America will not allow it. Yes, but America will want to be everywhere. There is an election in Africa. Yes, they want to supervise every election because Africans have made themselves so stupid that they cannot do anything for themselves. They cannot define themselves. They cannot be independent so that they'll be able to stand shoulder to shoulder. Yes, in competition. Yes, diplomatic competition. So they can stand up for their African people, and demand the best of treatment, on all fronts. They cannot. They want us to remain beggars. They want us to remain subservient. They want us to remain only good at giving up our raw materials. Yes, our raw materials. Yes, natural and mineral resources. That's all we are good at auctioning. We can't build industries. We can't provide employment for our people. We just can't do anything. We consume all trash from everywhere on earth. Yes, even India is throwing trash into Africa. Yes, Pakistan is throwing trash into Africa. Yes, everybody is coming to Africa to loot because of the foolish type of leadership we have had. Where are the African monitors in this election? It's time to go back and reclaim Africa. We are not supposed to be who we are. We are not supposed to be where we are right now. No. It is a sin. Yes. That we are where we are. We are not supposed to be where we are right now. Not now at all. 60 years after, 64 years after, some 65 years after, we are still where we are. Some actually nearly 70. We are still marching on one spot, begging for arms. From people who come to take from us. Yes, we are not advancing. And the most painful thing, some of the brightest brains operating in Europe and America are from Africa, especially Nigeria. But when they come to Nigeria, they don't have the tool to excel. And because that is what the imperial powers wanted. Because we are ever presenting idiots as our leaders. Idiots who cannot build. Idiots who cannot advance the cause of education. Idiots who cannot advance the cause for science and technology. Idiots who cannot build research institutions that will question our environment and look critically at things around us. No. We would prefer to import it. We prefer to buy it. We prefer not to even when we have it, we have someone who can do it in Africa. We will kill him for the foreign one to thrive. We should be ashamed of ourselves. We should be ashamed of ourselves. I thought I asked this question. When are we going to graduate to the point when we will not need any foreign monitor in our country, in our countries, or anywhere in African continent to come and be monitoring elections? Why can't we build strong, durable, and strong institutions that will serve us and serve our interests. Why are we always so desperate, about winning? Why do we have to win at all times? We want to win every contest. That is why we put greed into our institutions. We want to win at all times. You failed. You want to win by all means. Now I address African military because you are accomplices in the evil that has brought Africa down. You don't understand your right to citizenship of your various countries. You don't understand the sacrosanct of the institutions that you help hold in trust for the people. You compromise yourself politically to the extent of making political statements and working for politicians that you are supposed to be distancing yourselves from. So when you must rise, and when you rise, everybody will listen. African military, you have failed, especially that in Nigeria. The Nigerian military is gone, dead and buried. That is not a military anymore. It's so sad. Well, I thought I asked these questions. For those who may have answers, I would love to know where those monitors, election monitors from Africa that were dispatched from Africa to monitor the U.S. elections are. I would like to interview them. I would like to meet them one-on-one. I'm actually host them to a dinner, if we can lay our hands on them. God bless you. And please don't forget, share our message, subscribe to our channels, comment. We will come back as always. And our various handles are on Facebook. We are at Open Nigeria 1. Open Nigeria, then ONE. Yes, that's on Facebook. On YouTube, it's at Nigeria Now on ONN. On Instagram, it's at Open Nigeria, the number 1. Open Nigeria, the number 1. On Twitter, it is at Open Nigeria, the number 1. But if you want to follow me personally on Twitter, it is at Smart Ajaja. Do that, we are there. And our turnaround time to responding to questions is usually between 28 to 48 hours. We are good at getting back at you. Share your perspective, share your opinion. Let us know how you feel about what we have done, and then advise us on how best we can improve so we can better serve you. Thank you very much for listening, and I look forward to seeing you in our next broadcast. Bye for now.